Hi, this is David with David's Tutorials, and in today's video, I'm going to make a big change. We're going to have a shift in the David's Tutorials channel. We have been tutorials exclusively up to now, and with today's video, filmed on the Ides of March in 2023, March the 15th, we're going to shift to take David's Tutorials in a new direction. We're going to also, in addition to being tutorials, we're going to be a vlog channel. Now, the reason for this is that I want to be able to talk about many other things besides just tutorials. Now, don't worry, we're going to keep David's Tutorials as a tutorial channel, and there will be a lot of tutorials here, as many as I can think of. And if you want to request some, I'm going to give you a way to request things later on in the video. So one of the things I wanted to do was continue with the tutorials, but the other thing is I want to be able to talk about a lot of other things. And by that, I'm talking about the areas of my expertise, the areas of my experience, the things that I have learned in the past, because the whole purpose of the David's Tutorials channel is to help you make your life just a little bit better, either through giving you some entertainment, giving you some education, telling you some things you didn't know that were just interesting, and just help you boost your life up in one way or another. And that's the purpose of the channel. And by doing this in tutorials, we've done one thing, but now we're going to add vlogging to it, and hopefully that will open up an entirely new perspective on how we can help make our lives better in one way or another. Some of the YouTube experts will tell you if you want to make a lot of money on YouTube, you need to specialize and make a niche and just stick to that niche so people know what they're going to get when they come to your channel. Well, if you've been following my channel for any time at all, and it's been up for a few years now, you know that I don't specialize in any niche. It's just tutorials of any kind. But I've been covering anything from life skills to computer skills to home tips and how to do things in the home to food and kitchen tips. Oh, I got a lot of videos out there on recipes, just things I love to make. But other things such as Microsoft Word and other computer skills. I've had a lot of different tutorials out there. I got interviews out there. Matter of fact, I've got an interview with a roofing company, hopefully coming up before the end of March in 2023, but if not then, certainly by the end of April. So fingers crossed that that's going to be a really good one. I'm excited about that one coming up. Besides that, I'd like to cover things that I told you a second ago were my areas of expertise and education. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, because one of the things I'm going to go into in a future vlog post here is don't follow the mob, which means just because somebody tells you one thing doesn't mean you need to jump on that bandwagon. I'm going to advise you at that point, if they tell you something, don't be afraid to ask a question. Well, how do you know that? How do you know this is true? Why do you feel this way? Ask a question about that. In that same vein, you should ask those questions of me. I have many strong opinions, but I'm open to having them change. Just show me why. Now, the things I'm going to talk about, everything from music. I've got a master's degree in music. I've been a community band director and a high school band director for more than 20 years total, so I've got a little bit of expertise there. Music writing. I have a channel. If you go look at silverclefmusic.com, you'll see a lot of the music that I have written and had played with various bands as band music, simply because that was my orientation and where I had the most fun. I will talk about education. I have a master's degree in education, and I learned a lot more about education in the military than I did getting a master's degree in education, and I'll tell you more about that in a future vlog post. I am going to talk about the military. I spent 20 years in the military. I flew airplanes for the Air Force. I'm going to talk about a lot of flying stories. This is a lot of the fun part of this. And I'm going to talk about the other things I learned in the military. I'm going to talk about computers, because after I got out of the military and while I was still in the military, I began to learn an awful lot more about computers, to the point that I became a professional developer in programs, where I developed programs that got put on workboats that went out to service the drilling rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. I have been a professional website designer for more than 15 years now, and I'm just having a bunch of fun with computers. And of course, I do video making as well, so I can talk a lot about any of these in a vlog post. And this is where my expertise is, but I have a lot of other interest areas as well, such as health. I'm going to be talking about health. And I will tell you when I get started in these areas why I have the expertise that I have and how you can get it too if you want it. Okay, that's enough about me right now. I want to tell you, just as I have mentioned before, that you should always ask questions. How do you know this? How do I know this is true? I'm going to encourage you to ask those of me. I want you to ask me questions. I want you to send me suggestions, requests, comments, even criticisms, as long as you're polite about it. I don't mind if somebody disagrees with me. I've got a future vlog post planned about how I welcome somebody who disagreed with me very strongly. And the other people that were around, when I said, "Thank you for your disagreement," and they looked at me like, "Really?" It's just not in today's society a thing to do. If somebody disagrees with you, you're supposed to shut them down. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to know, why do you feel that way? So I'm getting off the topic. This topic is, how do you get in touch with me? Well, there's two ways. If you have something you don't mind sharing with the entire YouTubeosphere, go ahead and put your comment down in the comment section down below. If you're watching this on a platform other than YouTube, if you look at the YouTube logo, which is either going to be in the lower left corner or the lower right corner, you click on that, you will immediately be taken to the YouTube platform where you can there make a comment. If you're on the YouTube platform, even on a smartphone or a tablet, I think if you scroll down, you will be able to leave a comment at that point. If I'm wrong about that, somebody please let me know. Yeah, here I am. I'm requesting correction. Now, if you leave the comment down there, everybody in the YouTubeverse will be able to see that. So please keep it family friendly. Keep it polite. You can disagree with me all you want. Just do so with courtesy. And I will do the same for you. Deal? Okay. If you want to tell me something specific for me, like, for example, you want to ask me a specific question that just doesn't need to go to everybody on YouTube, or if you want to send me a very strong criticism that you really don't want going out to the world, or if you want to ask a private question, if you want to just any input to me at all, you want to tell me a joke that you want me to include on a future vlog post, go to my website, davidstutorials.com. It's clever, isn't it? davidstutorials.com. And if you click on the Contact Us button, there's one of the items there that says Vlog, V-L-O-G. You click on that, and there will be a form where you can send me whatever question, comment, criticism, suggestion you have, and I will definitely read all of them. On that form, I'm requesting your name. That will not go out to everybody. I'm requesting your email address just so I know you're a real person and not a spam bot, which I'm going to block as many of those as I can. And I request basically your nickname or your handle, something that you want me to refer to you if I use your suggestion or question on a future post. For example, Susan in Delaware wants to know, how do I know so much about education? That's the reason that I want this handle or thing. And then, of course, there's a text area in the form where you can submit pretty much as much as you want to. Okay, that's how you get in touch with me. Let me look over here at my script, and I'm going to tell you right now, I used to use a device I built called a periprompter. My eyes are bum. I'll share with you right now. I'm 76 years old. I used to have pilot's eyes. I don't anymore. And I would not be able to read the text on a teleprompter. And so I built what I called a periprompter, which had a mirror and a piece of glass in it and a big monitor in front of the mirror. So it did a double reverse. And I put the camera behind the piece of glass. And in past videos up to now, I was able to read from that periscope prompter, periprompter I called it, and read as I was looking at the camera. I just can't do that anymore. So if you see me looking off to the side, I'm just looking at my script. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I told you already, the main reason for this vlog and this channel is I want to help everybody uplift their lives. And that's all there is to it. Okay. I've told you a little bit about who I am, how I have the expertise. Let's go on to, in keeping with the whole channel title, which is David's Tutorial, I wanted to share with you a tutorial on this video. Now, this tutorial is Save the Soap. You know how when you take a shower, many people take baths, but I'm a shower person. You use a bar of soap and you use it, and it's a nice big fat bar of soap, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And finally, you wind up with this little teeny sliver of soap that keeps slipping out of your hand. It tries to go down the drain. You pick it up. It's a royal mess to get through that little bar of soap and to deal with it. Have you ever figured out a way that you want to deal with that little sliver of soap? I've read, helpful hints. Oh, here's what you can do with that bar of soap, including somebody said, you save them up, and when you've got about 10 or 20 of them, you put them in a sock and put them in your underwear drawer, and then your underwear drawer will smell nice like the soap. I said, really? So, some people might like that, but I don't want my underwear smelling like bar soap. I'd rather, laundry soap, that's fine. But, I got to figure a way to do that. And it was years before I came across a different brand of soap. And this brand of soap, in the bar of soap, it had a concave depression on one side of it that it was patented. So nobody else could steal the idea. And you were supposed to take the sliver of old soap and put it in that depression, that little concave depression, and just rub it in and get them both soapy, and then it would stick, and then the sliver of soap would become part of the new bar of soap. And I thought, hey, that was pretty cool, but we eventually stopped using that brand of soap, and I started thinking about that sliver of soap again and how to deal with that sliver of soap. And it occurred to me, why do I need that concave depression, that patented depression in that bar of soap? Why can't I just take the sliver of soap and put it on the new bar of soap without that bar of depression? Because you may have noticed that when your sliver of soap gets small enough, when it's wet and nice and hot from the hot water in the shower, it gets to be kind of pliable. That's what you're looking for. When that starts getting pliable, that's when you take that bar of soap and you take your new big bar of soap, and here's what you do. You put the concave area of the sliver of soap onto the concave side of the bar of soap, and it won't come together totally at that point. But if it's already pliable, you can now take that sliver of soap and gently mash it. It may break, that's no big deal. Mash it in there, and as you rub it down under the shower, of course, the demonstration shows it under running water in the sink, because I wasn't going to show you the shower. Hey, that would be not proper for this channel. But you just rub it down and it starts sticking in there, and then the sliver of soap has become part of the new bar of soap, and you have saved it. Now, the sliver of soap isn't that big a deal, right? But how many bars of soap have you gone through in your life? Once you do thousands of these things, it does become more of a big deal. It's like saving a penny. You save a penny one day, and then you double it the next day and double it the next day. Sit down and figure out what happens if you save 1 penny on the first day and then double it every day for a month. Figure out how much money you would have then. That's a fun exercise to do. Okay, that's pretty much it for this posting. This is vlog post number 1. I am so glad you're here and that you stayed with me right to the end. I would like to tell some jokes. If you have a good clean joke, one that's family friendly, that doesn't make fun of any person or group, except, hey, I'm from the University of Florida. I can make fun of other colleges, right? Like Gator Bait. But, that's something somebody chooses. You don't want to make fun of anybody for anything that they can't help. So anyway, send me the good, clean, family-friendly jokes. And if they're that good, I will read it right here at the end of one of my vlog posts. And I've done that before. I would love to do it again, because life is about having fun, just enjoying what you're doing. And that's what I love doing here. If you thought this video was helpful, if you thought it was entertaining, if you thought it was uplifting in any way at all, I'd sure appreciate it if you'd give me that thumbs up, because when you give a thumbs up to this video, you're telling the YouTube robots that you thought this video was worth them recommending to other browsers on the YouTube platform. And you're telling me that you liked it and it encourages me to make a lot more of these videos. Another thing that will help that will be if you leave us a comment in the YouTube comment section down below. And if you share this with other people, that also will tell YouTube, hey, this person liked the video enough to share it. We're going to boost that with other people. This is just one of the ways that YouTube works. And of course, if you want to be notified and stay in touch with more of these videos, you just need to click that subscribe button and then the bell icon. And when you do that, YouTube is going to notify you whenever I post another vlog posting here in 2023 and in the future, right here on the channel known as David's Tutorials. Take care, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos and hearing from you in the comment section and in the davidstutorials.com vlog forum. Take care.